As I read today's passage in Acts chapter 6, I was thinking that life is found in being connected to something larger than simply pleasuring ourselves. I came across this website which suggested 10 ways, 10 keys to happier living. Number 1, do things for others. 2, connect with people. 3, take care of your body. Number 4, live life mindfully. Number 5, keep learning new things. 6, have goals to look forward to. Find ways to bounce back. Look for what's good. Be comfortable with who you are. And number 10, be part of something bigger. This is taken from the Action for Happiness website. Number 10, be part of something bigger. People who have meaning. Quoting the website, it says, people who have meaning and purpose in their lives are happier, feel more in control, and get more out of what they do. They also experience less stress, anxiety, and depression. When the Holy Spirit comes in Acts chapter 2, the Spirit comes on all believers. In times past, God had spoken through the patriarchs, matriarchs, then through the prophets. At the time in the life and ministry of Jesus, particular disciples were chosen, in whom Jesus invests his time and teaching. And yet on the day of Pentecost, when that wind from heaven blew, everyone present started speaking, praying, exclaiming in languages other than their own. Each one was filled with the Holy Spirit. As Christians, we recognize this as the Spirit of Jesus. This Spirit comes upon every believer and enables them to live life differently, awakens them to their spiritual life, opens eyes fully to gratitude, to recognizing their interconnectedness and that special, unique link with the Creator. The Spirit helps them lift their eyes beyond themselves, helps them recognize their God-given gifts and talents, and gives them a bigger purpose than simply looking day by day to have a good time. Each of us have been given gifts by God for worship and service. Eyes that notice, brains that make connections, ears that hear the cries of others, hands with which we serve. What are your particular gifts given by God for worship and service? We were asking a couple of weeks ago, what is it in you that God has been growing over these past few weeks in this strange time of lockdown? In Acts, as the church gets larger, so we see in our chapter the first church meeting. We see too people grumbling about the church, the way it did things, about power. Clearly, with the numbers of people involved increasing, the church needs to organize itself. I was speaking on Monday with Mark Wells about Food, Facts and Friends and the work that they do through the food bank. As you might know, they are opening at the end of August in the old RBS building on John Street. I was delighted to hear of this work and how it had all come about, and of Mark's desire that this project be more than just a food bank, but rather it be a place of healing and hope, a place of spiritual transformation where people meet Jesus, and where good folks and local Christians can serve together. I'm keen to learn more and support this project and its vision. It could appear that as we read Act 6, that those selected to wait on tables take on a lesser role. This is where I might take issue with the translation, for in fact this is not about certain folks being selected to wait on tables, like be waiters, but in fact to help run the food program, run the food bank. And this is a recognition by the church leadership that we each have particular roles to play. One person does not have all the skills. They are a team together. In this passage, we have mention of several different skills, of people doing different things, playing their part, which includes praying, being involved in a food program, preaching and teaching, serving, hospitality, care of the needy. What also strikes me as I read the story is that this is the roots of the story of Stephen, known as the first Christian martyr. For Stephen, if we read on, performs great wonders among the people and shares his faith. But notice it is through service that Stephen gets the opportunity to speak of his faith, to share his story, of how with the coming of the Spirit of Jesus, his eyes are open to see the person of Jesus, not simply as a man, but as divine. So there's 2 points that strike us from Acts chapter 6 this morning. We use our God-given gifts as we recognize how right this is for us as human beings, to be part of something bigger, God's plan for the world, the service of others. And secondly, it is through service that our acts of generosity and kindness provide an opening to tell our story to others, a belief in something more, something bigger than living simply for ourselves.